Morning everybody, Rick and Deb here. We're here this morning at Island Park in Winfield, Kansas. We're getting ready to go through the Timber Creek Nature Center. We've done videos on this before, but it's just a nice morning and it's just kind of nice to get out before it gets really hot like it's supposed to in the next day or two. So, if you're not doing anything this morning, get some bug spray on, get you a cold drink, some snacks, a hat, sunglasses, whatever you need, and come on along and join us. We're going to go through Timber Creek Nature Center. Okay. Okay. All right. This is the lagoon that goes around the park, for those of you who may not be from here. This is a natural lagoon. It's been here for many years. It's been cleaned out at least once that I can remember. But this is natural. This was actually an Indian settlement back in the day. It's been used for numerous things over the years. And they do keep this very well maintained. When I was a kid, I used to go exploring through this area before they turned it into a nature trail, a nature center, way back in the 70s, early 70s. A lot of people down here this morning, but it's still cool. It's still a nice day. They're wanting to get out just like we are before it gets hot later on today. Right over here, there used to be a picnic shelter, tables, swing set, but oh, it's been a long time ago. They cleared all that out. The only thing left in there is a barbecue grill, but this was quite a bit different. And then right about in here was a set of bathrooms, but they were very old and very decrepit, and they finally tore them down and built the new bathrooms in the actual Island Park area. We're actually across the bridge from Island Park, but at any rate, it has changed over the years. So let's go on in and venture around a little bit. There's some other things I might show you. It's on down a little ways, but we might do that later. They've always kept this really nice since they got the nature center put in. That's kind of a nice shot right there with the morning sun, the flowers, and the Timber Creek Nature Center. That's kind of a nice picture this morning. Oh, it looks like they put down fresh mulch. That's what I mean. They do keep this very well maintained. I will give them credit for that. We've got some of these in our front yard, in our little gardening area we've got. They almost look discolored for some reason. Ours are more of a purplish. These are kind of like been washed out or something, I'm not sure. But, like I said, they keep this very nice, very clean. They're always working on different things, the picnic shelters, the roads. They're always putting in new stuff. Always make it look nice down in here. And then over here they got the same thing. They've got flowers. I can't recall what these are called, but we have these very same things, like I said, in our gardening area. I think these are annuals. They come up every year. getting ready to enter Timber Creek Nature Center. I've done several other videos in this area over the years. There's a lot of mysteries down here. There really are, that I have no idea. There's old structures. I've tried to look it up. I cannot find any information as to what used to be down here. But there was something down here. I'll show you here in a minute what I'm talking about. And I believe this used to be a very large river. Of course, it's looked like this ever since I can remember, so I don't know why. And I could be wrong, but it just looks like this might have been a larger creek or river at one time. I'm just wondering if there was a mill down here of some sort at one time. There goes. There's my famous, I always got to have a train. It just seems like when I'm in these neck of the woods, there's always got to be a train. Now, when we did the Hoodoo Trails, they weren't as prominent or as loud, but when we're down here, because we got a train track just right off of just right down here on North Main. A very active train. If I can find what I'm looking for, which I probably can, I'll show you some stuff that is here, and it's been here for a very long time. Probably maybe even up to 100 years. But I cannot find any information on it. I'm trying to just looking in the right spot or whatever, but this is much better maintained than the Hoodoo Trails. Of course, this is owned, of course, by the city of Winfield, so. Now this branches off, but we're going to go this way because there's something I'm going to show you down here. And there again, that's one of the mysteries down here that I don't know. There are several different possibilities. We do have a historical museum here in Winfield, and I keep telling myself I'm going to go in there and maybe ask some questions or try to get some information on them. I never have, but they're open kind of weird hours and whatever, just a few days a week and all that, so. You always want to watch where you're going because there's like these roots that you could trip over if you're not real careful. It's usually pretty quiet down in here. A lot of people walk the dike up there, and I've done that many times. Okay, now here you go. This was built as a support. This was either a road bridge or a railroad bridge. And there's 3 of these. Of course, it's in the fall and winter, you can see the other 2 supports really well. Right now, we probably can't see them as well. But these were here for a reason, for a purpose. And that's the only 2 things I can think of. This is either a support for a railroad bridge or for cars. Now, I can't imagine cars being going down in through here, but you go back 100 years and this would have been totally different. Now let me go down here. I'm going to take this little path down here. I'm going to show you something. I think I can see better. Now see, oh, I don't know if this is going to turn out or not. Let me kind of get down here a little bit. Ooh, that's a very big hole. Ooh, I don't know what critter lives down in there. There is a concrete support down there. Of course, it's pretty covered over with tree limbs and stuff, but there's 3 of these all together. I don't know if I'm going to go past that or not. And the only thing I can think of, like I said, this was either for a railroad or for a regular road. But I have been down there and there before, but I don't think I'm going to go down there this morning. Well, I might later on in the fall. Well, that's a huge cobweb, or spider web. Actually, I might be able to see it from over here. Well, but one thing I can't figure out, if this was a railroad bridge, there is no remnants whatsoever other than these 3 supports. There's nothing, not even, and then the 3rd one's way down there, and it's probably not going to come out. But there's 3 supports. Something had to go over this river, or this creek, or whatever you want to call it. And that's one mystery. There's more. Like I said, the way the train is right now, I just cannot imagine either. But it very well could have been a train. But where it went to after this and where it came from, it's a total mystery because the landscape has changed so much. That's just really... And those have been there for a very long time, probably early 1900s, I would assume, but I don't know for sure. I'm going to kind of walk up this hill here a little bit. I have a theory, and it's just that I think there was a mill down here at one time of some sort. And if I can find it, I'll show you why. But I mean, you would have thought if that would have been a railroad bridge, there would have been remnants of something on either side, but there is not. Nothing. Or a regular road bridge. But there again, there is nothing left other than those 3 concrete supports. But I guarantee you, it did have a purpose at one time. And I'll tell you something else, there's actually an old car frame sitting down here, of all places. And if I can find it, I will show that to you also as well. And you think, what is a car frame doing way down in here, but I just have imagined, or just imagine rather, that this looked totally different 100 years ago or more. It would have had to have. But another mystery is there's this body of water on this side, and it literally doesn't, it just kind of goes in almost a circle and stops. And then if you go on the other side of the dike, there is an actual river that winds its way. I looked it up on Google Maps. That is a very long, winding river. But this over here, I don't know what this was. I don't know why it just goes like almost a horseshoe shape, and then it just ends. That's another mystery. I don't know if they filled it in over the years and it was connected somehow or another, but I just really don't know. You can even hear the car traffic coming off of the highway coming into Winfield or leaving Winfield. 77. And of course occasional train, but other than that it's always really quiet down here. You can hear the church bells ringing sometimes. Boy, that's a big spider web or cobweb. I know it may not come out on video. They're all over the place just like yesterday, but that's the way it goes. It really helps when you're walking these, you know where you're going. We're not going to go that way right now. we're going to go, hold on just a second, I want to show you something. This actually goes all the way down to where the creek or whatever it was called that leads down there. Okay, we're going to go on. This does have more than one trail. It's got several different trails. I'm going to keep going down these little side paths, but I'm looking for something in particular. And I never can remember which one it is. We're going to go down here just a minute. This could be it, and again, no, this is it. This is what I'm going to show you here right now. Got to be careful. Now, this is what I'm talking about. This is why I'm saying there had to be something down here at one time. And I'll show you here in just a second. This appears to have been a road at one time because there's concrete. There's the edge right here, and it goes all the way down on both sides. It's right there. This is concrete. On the other side, this was something at one time. But if it was a road, I can't imagine. And I've been over there. I walked over there. In fact, there's something else over there I'd like to see, but this is not the easiest thing to cross. I've crossed it before, but you got to be really careful. I like to never got it crossed last time, and I do. But you know what? There's another way over there. There's another way over there, so we're not going to go this way. If I can find it, there's another way over there. But there's a big slab, and then here's a remnants here that we're standing on. People have tried to make a walkway over the years. It's just, I'm just not going to do it this morning. This is just full of this green algae, just full of it. But there is something over there that's really interesting, and I'm going to try to show you guys if I can't get over there. I remember years ago it was really easy to cross this, but I think we can find another way over there. This had to suit a purpose of some sort back in the day. Either that's all been built up over the years, or something's changed, but this is concrete. It is some sort of a structure, old road or something. So that's mystery number 2, and there's a lot more. I'm going to try to work our way on the other side here in just a minute. Actually, we have an area called Tunnel Mill Dam, and the reason why it's called that is because I do know this for a fact. There was a mill. There's old pictures of it, and it was quite the complex back in the day, but that's why they call it Tunnel Mill Dam. There is a dam down there, and the tunnel part would probably have been where the water flowed to power the mill. And we had a gentleman in Winfield that was an entrepreneur, quite the entrepreneur back in the day. This guy had a lumber yard. Oh, I don't know. He had all kinds of, He had that. I think he owned that mill, flour mill, whatever it might have been. And his name was Baden, and they actually named several different things here in Winfield after him. But they're And I did fail to mention something yesterday. We also had a gentleman in town named Sonner, and he owned a Sonner burner company, and the building is still there, but he owned that, and I don't know what else. There was a motel in town that was named after him, and he might have owned the motel at one time. And they named the old college stadium after him, Sonner Stadium. Of course, it's got a different name now. It's all been renovated. This must have fell across the path and they just cut it. It looks kind of fresh. There's a tree limb that just crosses the path. You know, we get storms and things of that nature, and it knocks these old tree limbs over. It happens all the time. Okay. Now coming to a clearing that goes all the way down. That's where we just came from, was way down there. This might be done on purpose. It might be like a fire break of some sort. They got all the telephone poles, of course. And way off a distance is those concrete. Probably get a pretty good look from here, but I don't think I'm going to walk down all through that. Actually, I know another way over there. Another part of the hiking trails. Like I said, in the fall and winter, you really get a good look at some of this stuff. Well, I didn't find what I was looking for. I don't know if I missed it or... But we're going to keep going here for a little bit. We got the dike right ahead of us. But we're not going to go up there just yet. Now, I know you probably can't tell it in the video, but this is very, very steep. Oh, this probably goes down 20 or 30 feet. And there again, this is just part of the old creek or whatever it was. It's all overgrown though here in this area. Now this is another part that you can go if you so desire. I've never done this. It's pretty steep, and then it goes on across and back up over there on that side. Somebody's got something attached to a tree limb down there, or whatever it might be. That's different. But yeah, we're going to go on. Now up there's the dike, and that's also a very popular place to walk. Okay, we're going to double back this way. Now, yeah, there's another part of the walking trail that goes all the way down the residential area. Then you just double back and go back the other way. And it leads to a bridge underneath the highway bridge out there. We're going to duck back in here in just a minute. Somebody up there walking a very huge dog. Now see, the river I'm talking about is just on their side of the dike. And it's a very long, winding river. But it has nothing to do with this creek over here. They're two separate bodies of water, and I just can't figure that out. Okay, now we're back on the nature trail again. I walked these for years and years and years. There's actually a concrete culvert down there. But you can't, it won't show up on the video, I'm sure. But there's an old culvert. It's just waiting for the water to pass. And it's way down there, but it's there, hidden. But there it is. Wish I could zoom in on that. See, that's what I mean. This runs out right down there, and then just kind of a, maybe like a half circle of a body of water, and that's it. That's as far as it goes. I don't know if it was connected, that dike. I do know the dike has been built because of flood issues, I would think. I'm not real sure about that. This may have been all connected at one time. See, that's just it. I don't know. But as it is right now, it just kind of goes in a maybe a horseshoe or half moon, you know, shape, and then that's it. That's all there is. Of course, that's more mud than anything. Oh, there's another culvert. That's not really a culvert, it's just a big pipe. But I'm sure that was for water flow. Okay, we're back at the entrance, but we're not done yet. I want to show you guys something else. The other path out here, all it does is just goes, it's a shorter path, and it just circles around and you wind up here again. It don't go down as far. But I've been on it too. Well, I did not find the old car frame this morning. I know it's down there, I just didn't find it this morning. But I've got videos. If you'll go back on my channel, you'll have to search for it. It's probably quite a ways back. You'll see it. Well, it's probably marked Island Park or Nature Center or something to that effect. But I have done video on that before, if I'm not mistaken. So I've been down here many times, done several videos. It's just like an old Model A or Model T rusted out car frame down here. And how it got down here, so that's what makes me think there was regular roads down here at one time. Of course, there was a real bad flood. I mean, bad flood back in the 30s. My mom told me about. Of course, maybe that's how it got down here. I don't know. It's lost to history, I'm afraid. Okay, we're back. I had to make a battery change. Something else I'm going to show you. There's several other things I'm going to show you this morning. This was not a mystery. I know what was here. This used to be a house, and I knew the people very, very well. That's all I'm going to say about that.
coming back here, so get out of the road.
Okay. We got a policeman just making rounds or whatever this morning. At any rate, yeah, this used to be a house and a garage and all that. And like I said, I knew the people very, very well. But that's what this, that's what was here. And I think there's even some dates. Well, it's a nice morning. It is really, really nice. It's supposed to get really triple digits, I think, starting tomorrow. We've been going out the last several mornings, and that might come to an end unless we've been trying to come out really early. Now there's something right there. I can't make it out, but something was wrote or scribbled. But there's another one down here. I just got to find it. This just would have been the wall surrounding the property. And I know there was a year down here somewhere. Well, let me go back around on the other side here just real quick. Yeah, see, this probably was the sidewalk that led up to the house, and there was a garage all in this area here. This is all considered city property now, part of the Island Park area. This is all considered rather public property, City Winfield, Island Park area. But back in the day was this house, and it remained here for many, many, many years. Well, I may not be able to find this date because or year, it's all grown over now. It'd just be a miracle now to find it. And yeah, I won't be able to show it to you. It's all grown over. And I know it's along here somewhere. See, as you can tell, this went all the way around the property. Yeah, okay. Well, that's kind of disappointing, but there was a year scratch, and it was early mid-50s, if I'm not mistaken. I thought that was kind of cool. There are some pretty flowers, though. Okay, we're going to walk on this way. Now our city pool is just right over there. And I think it was built back in 2005, if I'm not mistaken, something like that. The pool that I was raised up in is what is now the parking lot for this aquatic center. And what a lot of people don't know is where this aquatic center is now. Used to be, there was 2 swimming pools in Winfield. 2. And the one, of course, was right here. This had to have been the 20s or 30s. Then there was the pool just across the street over there. Was the pool I was raised with. Of course, it's a parking lot now. But I do know for a fact that there were 2 pools at one time here in Winfield. And the water still, summer's not, I mean the summer season rather, is not quite over with yet. School is getting ready to start. Oh, I don't know, within the next week or 2, and then I think it goes till Labor Day weekend. And then the pool will be drained, and that will be all of that until next spring, next Memorial Day or whatever. I think that from Memorial Day to Labor Day. We've actually been in this pool at least once. It's been a long time ago. But yeah, it's not a bad pool for a town the size of Winfield. It's not bad. I was actually quite impressed that they even built a newer pool. We'll just go over here and take a quick look while the water's still in it. It does look refreshing this morning. We've actually been down that slide. Oh gosh, that was probably 10 years ago. Big alligator out there. Okay, well, let's go on this way. Of course, Main Street's just right down there. We're just right off of Main, North Main. Speaking about the pool, it's probably been 2 or 3 weeks ago. This whole area, and I'm not lying, there were cars everywhere. You couldn't even hardly get into Island Park. It was huge. And come to find out, they had some sort of swim meet. And I mean to tell you, there wasn't a parking place within a mile of this area. It was huge. And then you've got this. Now, I don't know how well this is going to come out on video. This was either made for the city, or there was possibly a road here at one time. Now that's just a guess. I'm not saying it that there was. I don't have any idea. This could have all been built up over the years for city vehicles, but the thing of it is, you hardly ever see any kind of tracks as a vehicle has been through here. But it just kind of got that look like this might have been a road at one time. Now, if this was actually a road back in the day, that would explain the 3 concrete supports where there would have been a bridge for cars. But see, the problem with that is there's nothing on the other side. No remnants at all of a road. Nothing. I mean nothing. Grass is very wet this morning. Very dewy. I know. I've mentioned this to several people and they just tell me I'm crazy. But there had to be some kind of a bridge of some sort. That's what those supports were made for, were built for. This is probably better to come down here in the fall and even winter because you can see more. It's not as pretty, but you can see more. I'll tell you what, my feet are just soaking wet. Very dewy this morning. Of course, I usually wear my older clothes and shoes and things of that nature. Now there's actually a trail that goes off that way, and that's probably the way we want to go to show you what I was going to show you. But I don't know if we're going to do that this morning or not. Now, you can't see, well, let me see here. No, it's overgrown, you can't. Now in the fall and the winter, you can see those supports. All 3 of them as clear as day. But right now, you can't. It's too overgrown right now. I was going to show you this. So, okay, here's this date that's been scribbled in. It's 11/15 1944. It comes out pretty clear. I found this a couple of years ago just by exploring around. Now somebody took their finger or a stick, I would say a stick. This would have been November 15th of 1944. Just plain as day. You can see it just plain as day. And that is another mystery. I have no idea. It could have been something personal. It could have been an event. I went online for City of Winfield. I went online. I typed in that year, the date. I was not able to pull up anything. It could have been the year and the date they put this. This was a sidewalk, of course, at one time. Now I'll tell you something else. Of course, you can't tell it now, but there's actually a sidewalk that goes on down here. You can't tell it now, but in the fall and winter you can really see it. But I'm telling you, there was something up here. This wasn't just a... Now see, look, there's concrete right here too, and it goes on down. So there was something here, undoubtedly. And what that was, I really couldn't tell you. I don't know. But there was something here. It would make sense if that was a road bridge, and I'll tell you why, because this could have been a road at one time that went all the way down to Main Street. But that's just a theory. That's all that is. It's just a theory. But they would have put in a sidewalk and those bridge supports if there wasn't a purpose for that. I tell you what, it's still not real bad out this morning. Let's go on down here a little ways. Well, there's some music going down there. I don't know what that's all about. That might be a swimming pool. I don't know. Now this will take you right on out to in the residential part of Winfield. I've walked this all at one point in time or another. It's quite a walk. Well, you can't tell it probably on the video, but there was a structure. There was a house and there was a house and a barn down here. Of course, it's all. I've actually got. I think I got video and pictures of it. Of course, it's all gone now. And again, it's not real visible because of all the foliage. That's okay. It is August. (11/15/1944). I have no idea. Now that building right down there, that was built as a church, but for whatever reason it didn't work out, and now it's some kind of maybe a daycare facility because of all the playground equipment. And we are literally just off of 4th Street. Or 3rd Street. But anyway, that's just part of the. It just goes out to Main Street, and then of course Island Park, where we just left. Very, very thick in through here. That just goes down to the old creek or whatever it was. There's a little tiny mobile home. I think it's got 2 mobile homes on this side, and I actually lived down there at one time. There's one across the street, another mobile home park. Now this is something else. There is a concrete path. There's some very loud dogs barking right over here. But this is concrete. Now why they would have concrete out here, I have no idea, but it's been here for a very long time. And it may be blocks. See, it goes all the way to here and then just stops. And that's another mystery. Okay, I think we're going to make our way back, but we thought we'd take this trail on the way back. We'll eventually lead back to the entrance. I might actually find what I'm looking for. No guarantees, but I might. Oh, here it is. I knew it. I knew it. I knew this was down here. Here's this old vintage car frame out here. That's just crazy. How did this get here? I've always wondered, how did this vehicle get here to begin with? I think it's part of that flood. I really do. I think the car got down here and got flooded and it got washed down here. That's my theory. And as to the make and model, I really couldn't tell you. More than likely, probably from the 30s. That would be my guess. I was wrong. It's not a Model A or Model T. I was wrong about that. It looks like it was a coupe of some sort, because there's your rear window. It was more than likely a two-door. But this is what I was telling you about. This is what I've been looking for. And it's been down here, like I said, well, since it obviously got flooded. This area was flooded and it just crash landed right here. And it's just sat here ever since. But that's what I would say. It was probably just a coupe of some sort, probably in the 30s. Okay, here you go. Let's go on down here. We're on the other side of where we was just a little bit ago. This is the other side. This is the side that I would have had to cross the hard way. And I knew there was another way here. And I'm going to show you something over here too while we're at it. This is one of the mysteries I was telling you about. Now see this, we were just over there. We were just over there earlier this morning. And this is where we would have wound up had we crossed over. But this, of course, there always got to be the bad graffiti. I'm sorry about that. I try not to show that kind of stuff. But this is a concrete, I don't know what this is. I can't even, but there's the road, or there's the part that goes out from this concrete area. There's actually a gate up here, but I don't know if I can see it because everything's so overgrown right now. But there's actually a hole, a gate, something that let water flow. I'm just almost positive this was where this would be opened up and then where water would flow out of. I just can't quite get down there to see it, to get it on video. But it's back in there behind all the shrubbery trees. But see, this was built for a reason. This had to be here for some reason. I'm kind of disappointed. I did want to show you that hatch. Let's just call it a hatch. It's not a gate. It is a hatch of some sort. But I just can't get down here to show it to you. There we go. Maybe barely. You can see that See that hatch? And there it is. Now, that might have been for water flow, but why'd they go such elaborate means just, with this concrete base and everything for water flow? Here, I got an idea. There it is. I'm trying to move these tree limbs out of the way. Just bear with me a moment. There's two of them. See, there they are. Now, why is that here? And then see, it's all concrete down to that point, and then it goes on where I showed you where the remnants of the other concrete was. But there it is, right there. There are two hatches. And I'm going to assume it was for water flow. That's the other mystery. That's what I was wanting to show you. Okay. I got that accomplished. I think we're for the day. That's what I wanted to show. Now I got to get back up here. But see, that would have led into the river or the creek at that time, spilled into this creek. And there had to be a reason for all this. Okay, now let me get back up here at the trail and we're going to go on. I think we're going to call it a day. Of course, now we got to get out of this. I knew it was over here. Just had to remember how to get over here to it. It's been a while since I've been down in here. But there's the old car. And then this is interesting. Some sort of a tarp. I don't know what that is or why it's there. That's the old shelled out frame, car frame that's been here for who knows, a long time. Okay, I think we're going to walk our way back out. Oh. We're going to walk our way back out and call it a day. And I bet you there are people, they couldn't tell you anything about, because it's kind of off the beaten path a little bit. I mean, it's not maybe one of the main trails, but it is definitely a trail. Now looky here. I've been by here a million times and I've never seen this. This is another car frame. And I've been by here a million times. I've never seen this. I've never seen this. Huh. It's obviously been buried. It's been buried. This is a first. This is a new find. There's the car door. There's where the engine compartment would have been. There's the front windshield. There's the doors. Right there. Well, I'll be a son of a gun. How did I miss this? Huh, there's no way. Obviously I did. Well, how cool is that? This is a first, folks. I'm telling you, this is a first. Huh. I had no idea that was there. I just walked right by it all these years. And I've been down here many, 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 many times. Wow. That's crazy. I do believe it's connected with the flood. In the 30s, there was a real bad flood. As I stated earlier, I'm not trying to repeat myself. I'm just saying that's probably what happened. They just got washed down here because of the flood. But anyway, I think we're going to make our way back. See, this is what I mean when you go exploring. As long as it's on private property. I mean, as long as on public property, you're okay. But just gotta make sure it's all public and all open, and You know, that sort of thing. Yep. Now see, that's the other side of that hill I was telling you about. It's so deep. It's just right over there. We're just on the other side is all. But we're going to take the safe way around and make our way back. Wow. Still can't get over. I've been by that a million times and never seen it. Yeah, we're just going to keep going around. We'll eventually get to where we want to be. Here we go. We're going to duck back on the trail. And we were just here a few minutes ago. We just made like a big giant loop. Now, where I just took you guys at probably wasn't one of the more popular trails. But that's what happens when you explore and you look around and you see what you can see. You go where you can go. And it's good exercise. Now see, there's that tube, that culvert. We were just there a few minutes ago. See, that's what I mean about landmarks. Look around, see what you can, something that might stand out. Say, well, we've been here before. There's that big tube, culvert thing. That means we're right here at the entrance. And just like that, here we are. I know the wife thought I was motivationally challenged this morning, but I got lucky. No, I pretty much knew where I was going. And guys, never, ever, ever say that you're lost. Ever. Not under any circumstances. Don't never admit to being lost. You say anything but that. I like the term motivationally challenged or directionally challenged. Or don't say anything at all. Plead the fifth. That's always, just plead the fifth. Say, well, but with GPS, that might be kind of hard to do these days. I don't know. Boy. My goodness, we got a whole array of cars out here now. Okay, guys, we're going to call it a day, call it a wrap. We're going to call this video over and done for the day. Hope you enjoyed tagging along with us this morning. And just get out there and go adventures, do walks, and see what you can see. Go, as long as it's all public, of course, that kind of thing. Hope you enjoyed the video today. I thank you for tagging along. Go home, get cleaned up, get a fresh drink of something cold. And as always, we will see you on the next video. So, with that said, goodbye for now.